Welcome everyone to today's live stream. As I said last week, we're kind of done with Orebound for the moment, so pretty much at a point of there's no reason to continue until the next update where they redo the world generation part. So it was gonna be a new game this week, or a different game today. And I was very, very close to pulling the trigger on Aloft. And then on the 29th, January 29th, this came out. No Man's Sky Worlds Part 2 update. Or if you want to go by version number, it is 5.5 for No Man's Sky. And it's just great to see they're still pushing out the content for this. Even, I said, 9 years now since the game came out, so we are getting still good content, and there's a lot to unpack with this, so we're gonna dive into it in a second. Hey Jason and Rick, thanks for joining in already. So let's jump in. We're gonna make sure I'm still my audio is still working there. Sometimes it doesn't play nice if the cable wiggles. We're gonna dive in and look at the patch notes real quick. So we're going to start with the Steam notes, but we're also going to look at the actual website notes because there's different amount of information between the two sides. If you want to take a look, I suggest looking at both after this if you want to get more details. But basically, Worlds Part 2, they're pushing the boundaries of the engine with new technology. So we've got billions of new solar systems and trillions of new planets generated, new biomes and terrain, a whole bunch of stuff, and they've got a deep dive here if you want to watch the video. But it's kind of interesting. So we get this talk. They've been talking, they're working on a new terrain system to make it more detailed, more varied, huge mountains. We've already seen that kind of stuff, but the thing that catches my attention here, you don't really see this on the notes on the website, but right here, the team is extremely busy with Light No Fire, which if you haven't heard of this is the next game from the studio that they are working on. And it says, each time we push our engine to new places, we have this urge to share it with the community, with No Man's Sky. So really, they're working on all this stuff, building it into the new game, Light No Fire, and we get to see it coming out in No Man's Sky as kind of the after effect. So it's kind of like, Subnautica Below Zero, we got some new buildings, and then they backported into Subnautica, so like that. How's the VR update? I don't know on that one. Hello, Ramza and Jenny Sanchez, Felonious. All right, we got everybody. Jose. Thanks for joining in. So yeah, we're basically seeing, it's kind of almost like part of this is the leftovers from the work they're doing on the new game. So that gives a lot of hope for the new game being just really good. One of the things we're getting with this update is gas giant planets, 10 times bigger than the biggest planets so far. Okay, in-game stuff. Huge storms going across the surface. You see a little, image there. The new tech also allows them to take the oceans into a bigger theme. So we've got oceans that can be several kilometers deep now, and change the lighting system to make them look different. You see we got a nice little image there, and then every element of the lighting has been rewritten, so that's gonna add some nice visuals there. Oceans now reflect clouds and stars. Very nice. Furthermore, we got water that actually reacts to the stuff around it. So as creatures walk through it, you're gonna see actual like ripples, the dimples from the rain, stuff like that. It actually gives a more realistic feel to it. And then there's more stuff. There's a whole bunch of things going. And one of the things that I can't remember is mentioned here, I remember seeing it somewhere. They've got an expedition coming out for it that is going to kind of start you off on a gas giant, I believe it said, and go through everything with it. But right now, there's another expedition running that when I looked at it last night, it said 4 days. So we are still, like a day out from or a week out from that next expedition being up and active, or at least a few days out. So now let's look at the website, the web page for it. So we get the new landscapes. You know, we saw this picture, but we also get, you know, they've done stuff to increase the foliage of everything and try to, like, you see some of that new lighting system effect. So we got deep valleys, sprawling plains, all sorts of new stuff. Completely, they tweaked the algorithm significantly on that. Again, the new gas giants. We got gas giants, but we also got purple stars now, a new type of star which uses an elented drive, as you see highlighted there. So we can assume, obviously, mentioning that the gas giants are more in-game type stuff, we're going to see mostly those in these type of star systems. So you got to go and do the elented drive, get into the purple systems, and we'll have the big gas giants. I wanted to show, obviously, the website because this part right here, we actually get a short little clip showing you diving down into the new deeper ocean, and you can see how deep it's going. So it's actually giving us a real reason now for the Nautilus to have the submersible to actually be able to go down there, make sure you have enough oxygen. Also kind of going to be interesting for players who want to do an underwater base build. Doing that, you know, you could have an underwater base and then do some trickery to have it where you have the top side with a teleporter, so you could teleport way down into the dark depths of the ocean. But you see just how much it's just is, they keep going lower and lower. One thing that was not mentioned on the Steam page, inventory sorting, and organize your inventory, not just like it does it by name or whatever. You could do name, type, the value, or color. So you have 4 sorting options now that you can do with inventory, which is, it's kind of why did it take so long? But it's also we've got 4 variations of it to choose from, which is awesome. Jose, thanks for joining as a member. The new localized storms and normal systems, it's gonna be dependent on, I guess, the way it generates, because that's one thing it also mentions here, that there's more hazards that have been added, but we'll get to that in a second. Again, the gas giants own environments, materials, immense atmospheric pressure, tremendous gravity, and volatile atmospheres, and each is orbited by a collection of moons. So you can assume that's basically the main feature of whatever star system it's in, and you get all these moons around it to explore as well. And you see stuff like the little floating rock, lightning from the storms, big ship. So we got that. We got more mission stuff added to tie in with the lore. This is one of the interesting parts. If you're fishing, or at least dredging the seas for fish, as it says, it'll provoke a deep water guardian, a giant floating squid, which very much reminds me of the ones we saw in space, the little space squiddies before. It will defend its watery children, but if you defeat it, you get a Child of Aquarius title for that. And we got fishing milestones, stuff like that. Again, they've worked on the foliage, so we get more thicker vegetation, undergrowth, so we get like jungles. And then now, as you were saying, the storms, they've added more environmental hazards. So it's not just the weather for the planet, what's happening at the moment. You can have a separate cloud of toxic spores, it was showed there, geysers, radioactive fallout, volcanic eruptions, that actually, it's not just visual anymore, it's actually going to hurt you. So you got to watch your step in some of these places now. And then one of the more interesting parts, I'm going to say, to me, as far as choosing to add this type of gameplay, is abandoned mode, where it says removes all alien life forms. Now, to me, that doesn't just say all sentient alien life forms, all NPCs. It's we're removing all alien life forms. So it's lonelier. Yeah, you're on your own, but also as more challenging, which part of that would be if it is removing all alien life forms, you'll still have drones, because they're not a life form, but you won't have animals to deal with. So there'll be certain things you won't be able to produce food-wise, things like that. And you won't have any NPCs to interact with. That's the big thing. You don't have trade. You can't go and do a, mining thing and go sell a bunch of this and make a ton of money and go buy all your supplies. You'd have to just go find everything you need and craft everything you need. So it's definitely going to be, I would say the lonely part might be an interesting aspect, but the fact that you can't just go and trade for stuff will be making it a much more challenging thing for people. But that is an option. We also going to have seahorses, because who doesn't want some seahorses? And again, talking about the enhanced water with the effects, like there you can see the ripples, the reflections, geometric life forms floating around on some planets. I mean, it's just, here we go again, talking about the abyss, increased hazards as you get deeper into the dark waters. But also you see we got still a lot of focus on bioluminescence. Makes it feel kind of like, the movie Avatar, but you're underwater kind of thing. And modding experience. So now they're handled more robustly. I'm not sure what that really means. I guess just better support for it. Frozen diversity with the ice planets. Colossus Refiner can now support 3-slot. I mean, so they're trying to add more value to the Colossus. We've got deeper oceans, so more value for the submarine. Giant squids. So not just the worms, but giant squids patrolling the deeps. I mean, you just see how much it is scrolling and scrolling with this update. We're still going through the notes. I mean, there's just so much added with this update. Towering waves. I mean, some of it is kind of like they've spread it out in certain ways with that. Oh, and here we go. Expedition 17 Titan coming soon. I felt like they should have tied this at the same time where you can start the expedition, because it is meant to let you go through kind of all the stuff that's added, like really kind of quickly go through it. But again, there is an expedition that's actively running right now. That's what we're going to dive in with today, so I could get kind of some experience with that and get maybe a couple things on the expedition before it fails. But yeah, there is just so much that they've added with this. And again, you got to remember from the other part that they were talking about, really, most of the team is working on the new game. This is stuff that they are building into the new game, and they're just bringing back over and then adding it with certain things for, obviously, maybe we get the same model for a giant squid, but maybe we don't in the new game. But we get that, and a floating Nautilon platform. The atmospherics is just, goes and goes and goes. Oh, Starship coal storage. We've got Spore-filled world. I mean, it's still scrolling. Just there's so much going on with this update. It is so impressive what they're putting together, considering, again, they're mostly working on the next game. So yeah, that is what's going on with this update. A lot to unpack. We're going to basically do the start of this other expedition, do as much as I can, kind of see what we can explore. Or, we can always just go back into my other game and do some exploring. That way, I just figure, even with it being another expedition, it might kind of lead us in certain direction. You know what? Actually, I know what's going to happen. We do the expedition. I'm not going to have that Atlantid drive, so we're not going to see the gas giants. Let's just do the regular game. Kind of go through that with this today. So right off the bat, as you come in, it's got another thing about the update notes. More compressed, obviously. So you go there and see the full notes. Of course, that's going to take you to the website. We'll go to, again, the regular save, because let's get that Atlantid drive going so I can do some exploring on a big planet. And yeah, again, I was going to do a loft, buy it, and go ahead and do that for today. But when I saw this, I was like, you know, we really got to dive into this. There's just so much going on. I can't pass it up. Even though I've kind of taken a little break from No Man's Sky, this is just, there's so much new stuff. We've got to do it. And if they do the new expedition starting this week, then we'll be doing that next week too. So we are on mine, and that is a very different sky than before. I know I didn't have a planet that close. Oh, you're getting some lagginess still. I guess rendering is a big base. This is my mega base, so let's I do not recall there being that big of a planet right next to me. And it is like a Saturn looking planet. I get it to let me, you know, look at it as a scan. Up there it is. Okay, I did discover it. It's a desolate. I don't remember it being that close. Granted, it's been a while. I do like that. I don't remember if they had that little, you know, warp anomaly there happening. Also, gas cloud, then no gas cloud. But okay. This is looking denser. It might be some of the lighting effects in the end, but it looks so much thicker now. You know, it really feels like I'm gonna have to, like, if I don't shoot them, I have to actually dodge stuff now. And oh, that is definitely so much denser. Look at how much it's just covering up with the planet. That is just crazy. And it's actually playing very smooth. So again, this is stuff that's coming in the next game, stuff they've been working on with the next game. Oh yeah, there's my wait, portal to what? Cake Mountain. I don't remember that one. I don't remember that being mine. Yeah, I don't think that was my thing. All right, you know what? We need a good teleport. There's some place I can get. Actually, no, we're going to do anomaly because I can see some of the bases people have maybe started building already. We might see somebody's base spotlight that says, you know, it could be a big underwater one, and we could go see a nice big ocean, or somebody built one already on a gas giant. And you're on Switch and the improvements are not that good. You know, even if you're plugging the Switch in with the dock and it's on big screen, it's still a certain amount of processing power compared to processing power of a higher end PC. Let's see how I'm doing. This is really okay. I'm just going to point out for the unfamiliar, I am on a 13th gen i9, a 13900K. This is polished. Let's go ahead and say that, because right now, streaming and with the game going, I am hitting at highest 17% of my CPU. That's it. That's everything going. I mean, maximum, like 17% is the highest number I've seen so far on my total CPU load. There are, I mean, Orebound is a 20 percentile range on most of the time when we've been streaming. This is very smooth right now. They have definitely done some major tweaks on the performance. I mean, it was never bad, but this is, I mean, this is, for what I've got going now, I'm getting less CPU usage than playing Planet Crafter. So yeah, I'm gonna say they got some good tweaks going, and I am not seeing the, I've lost connection to the online. Am I down with the I've lost connection to online discovery services. Let me check my network. Make sure nothing's blocking. Yeah, the only thing I see blocking for this is Microsoft tracking stuff. I don't see anything else, so it shouldn't be. I should be able to see stuff. You know what? Fine, we'll go to space stations. We'll pick something. Virtjum. Yeah, let's just 6 planets. It's got some variety. We'll work, see what it's got, and then we can look around. I also probably need to go and look at trying to build Atlantid Drive. Oh, of course, I go to the abandoned station. This is a normal abandoned broken station, as opposed to the abandoned mode stations. Spiceman was here. Wow. I can't remember if I named it or that was Spots, I believe, naming that. I discovered it. Yeah, okay. Let's go to the map. Let's take a look. There's water here, so that could be a fun one to look for. We got some water there. I mean, all right, so I feel like I remember there being there's red. So what's the difference as far as the red and purple? Is there like a, I mean, that's blue. Some of these I remember before were kind of like, you look at them and it looks like they would be red. That's a dissonant system. That's promising. Worst case, it's dissonant. We'll have some fun with it. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Timmy. I've been so busy talking about the updates that I forgot Timmy's little snack. You want your beef, your chicken jerky? Chicken jerky? I can put it here. Come and get it. Come on. Show him your grin. All right, grab it. Get it. Okay. He's wearing nothing under that shirt, by the way. He's a little naughty. Okay, let's take a peek. You know, I just remembered there is that scanner on my big starship, Scorched Planet, and you can already see the, I feel like maybe that was in here before, but I see the lightning strikes. I can hear the lightning strikes already. Empty planet. Okay, well, at least that gives us a good declaration of what it is. I have a good feeling about this. Glacial planet. So we got ice. I just hear the thunder behind me. Fragmented planet. That could be a fun looking one. And that does not have oceans, so... blighted planet. Okay. Let's do the glacial one first. We'll go while we're doing that. Look. So, resort inventory by value, by name, by color, and by type. That's kind of interesting. Okay, and we got... Oh, derelict freighter. I do not feel like doing the derelict freighter right now. Do not. Expand cargo and expand tech. Let's... Oh, nice. So we don't have to do the scrolly scroll. We can do that. That is nice. It just kind of like lets you focus on that and filter it by those. I'm liking the changes to the inventory. I like the improvements on that, and we might actually get... Oh, there it goes. Okay. I was about to say, all that single color, I was like, that could be water. And it is water. Alright, so glacial planet, but we got some water here to play around with. You know what? We'll go with this one because it's actually got a nice flat surface. Oh! I did. Yeah, okay. I just flew through the thing and decided to land on the water. I was like, I don't know how much the, I might get attacked on the water by the squids. Alright, right now, this is... It was undiscovered, so this is a newer generated system. But I'm not getting that super deep water look yet. Just kind of hoping we dive right in. Something weird with the image there. Ooh, what is that going? Is that oh, it's just like something in the water. I was thinking it might be, it looked like it was coming out of a rock formation. Oh, nice little swirly swirls. Gotta keep my eyes open, don't get eaten. Cold water is an extra challenge, because you drains your life support fast. Fortunately, I've got, you know, the extra protection there. I've got oxygen, 2 oxygens, and I got the cold protection. I'll summon the Nautilon in a second if I need to. I should be able to summon it. I think I've already built one somewhere. I'm sure I did for some thing, trying to find it. Okay. What is that? It looks like it would be a creature. Kind of like glitched partway into the terrain. I guess it's that. And it's inside maybe a cave. So it's bulging out at the top. It's so skiff. Apparently I don't have that unlocked right now. I know. Oh, not owned. I never did get it. Okay. Or maybe it's saying not owned because I don't have it here in the system with me. That looks the same. I don't know why it's saying a question mark on it. It's not like I haven't scanned those before. What? I keep clicking and grabbing something that I'm scanning, and then I can't find the same spot. Alluring specimen. Oh, wait. We got maybe a deeper trench here? No. Yeah, I'm looking for the super deep trenches. So let's go find the alluring specimen. Also... There we go. Oh! I did not see that right there. I never did do the fishing stuff because I don't like fishing. Real life or in games. So I've never did the expedition for the fishing stuff. So I don't think I'll be able to go fishing and cause the big water creature thing to come after me. You know what? Let's just, let's bring in the freighter. Cannot warp freighter here. Oh! Okay, so I don't have a way to warp the freighter here. I guess that is... I don't have the drive for this. I'll make our way back. See if I find anything along the way. Like, oh. Nice lighting. Kind of an interesting terrain effect here. Looks like a road. Going through. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's like a terrain generation thing where it creates a seam or something. Yeah, let's go that, and then trying to remember everything I had on this. There we go. You don't play it for a few months, you forget some of your setup. And that is the bottom. So if there is a deep part to this ocean, it is not going that deep in the end. Yeah. So we're gonna get my ship, see what I can do about the drive. I mean, I feel like it said U planets, so I feel like, it's not just the purple systems only. And this is... It was a purple system. It's, I mean, the color was purple. That's the thing, is like, where's the color that is just like, you can't ignore it being purple. I mean, red, purple, there should be a notable difference, especially when you get up close on the map. I mean, green, yellow, blue, those are easy ones to not get confused. But we had red star systems, now we got purple. Purple, I mean, that looked purple to me when I came in here, so... I'll go ahead and recharge. Okay, so it's not gonna let me recharge the oxygen now. It's basically acting like I was partly still in the terrain there. Let's check my stuff. Still got plenty of room. So, got the indium drive, so I guess I need to craft a, if I can, Atlantid drive. May have to go and check the anomaly, or not the anomaly, I need a space station. There isn't one. That was purple. Yeah. So if that's not a purple system, why does it look purple? I mean, that's yellow. That's purple. I mean, unless my coloring is off a little bit, that's a purple system. That's purple, unless it's supposed to be like... I mean, that's like a pinkish purple. So is it like, oh, you're supposed to be a, like, dark purple? Which, to me, says is closer to the idea of a blue, possibly. I mean, that's obviously blue. That was purple. Yeah, that's blue. Like, okay, that... It may be the kind of the coloring. It could be, I guess, red. Yeah. But it's still, like, in some of them, I know my coloring on the screen is not that far off. Sorry, that's blue. That's a blue system. Now that's an obviously like reddish color, but some of these other ones look purple. And if they're not purple, then I'm not seeing any purples. Because they're all the same color. I would think. Oh. Now see, that's obviously not a purple. See, that would be one, be like yellow. We should stay consistent. When you look at it at a certain distance, it changes the hue a little bit. Of course, the clouds change it too. That's straight blue. As you get further back, it has kind of like a purplish hue because of the cloud. That's why I was wanting to just use the anomaly and try to find somebody's base. See, like, okay, that is like a clear, very red. That is a deep red color. The other ones were not that same hue. Like, some of the other ones I was looking at were not that same hue. That is a very deep red. I mean, it's a pink, but it's a very strong red color outside of it. Just get out of the cloud area. That's what's throwing it off the most. You know what? Let me go. Back over here, as I've been all over. Like, okay, that. I mean, all right, again, the cloud around the side, like the back of it, is there's a purplish, bluish tint with the cloud. So red with the blue gives a purplish tint. I mean, that does not look red on the outside of it. That looks like a pinkish, purplish color on the outside. And it's dissonant. Dissonant is the purple color. I see that one. I look at it, and yeah, there's like, it's like a tint of purple around the top edge, I think, because of the background. But here, that's like a definite, you know, it's more of a reddish tint to it, and it's not dissonant. That is dissonant. That definitely has, it looks purple. But again, it's got a blue background. That kind of throws things off. If that's a red system, the background is giving it more of a purple tint. At least to me. And I mean, this is a pretty color accurate monitor. A more dissonant. I mean, that's blue. That's a, like, okay. Yeah, it's more blue. And then I turn and look at it, and that purple background on one side kind of starts to make it look a little bit purplish. I'm just not having good luck confirming a blue. That's wish you could filter the you know what, that actually does kind of work. It mutes the other background color. I'm not getting conflict because I don't have that scanner. You'll make a purple system doing a quest. That seems a little weird that you have to make a purple system. Like, how is it they spawn trillions of new planets with purple systems if you have to go create them for them to show up? Well, I understand you'll find one as part of a quest, but it shouldn't be the only one out there. Unless I have to get the drive to even see them. That seems very odd choice. Like, again, you know, they said trillions of new planets already generated. I do not see how they could say you have to create your purple system, like, to make it appear. I can see it, maybe the drive lets you see them that you couldn't see before, like a detection type thing, but it doesn't seem like it's you're gonna make them. The rest will pop on your map after you make a system. That is not a very good way to do it, if you ask me. That seems like, okay, why would you make a system? Why'd you make that part of it? That's just does not seem like the way to do it. No, that's not gonna be it. All these are old ones, so... See, this is why it seems so strange that they're gonna have an expedition specifically to highlight the new stuff with this update, but they did not release the expedition with the update. Like, finish the current one and then release them together, because that makes so much more sense to do it that way, where it's like, hey, here's all this new stuff, do the expedition, you'll get you'll go in faster on that. It'll be it'll just be a quick start, you know, if you want to do that. All right, so where is the mission that I'm supposed to get for this? Or is that one of the Atlas thing I saw? There was one I saw that was in range. Somewhere it was in range. There we go. Yeah. We'll start with that. It seems like they got overexcited with the update to release it and decided to release it before they should have. Not because of something wrong with it, but because they didn't time it with the expedition, which would have made the most sense. You know, while we got the fishing update and immediately had an expedition aimed at having you do the fishing stuff. Like, the whole expedition was about fishing. You know, other updates have come out with, here's an expedition to kind of lead you right into it. And now it's gonna be almost a week after this was released before they have the expedition for it actually drop. It does seem like it's bad timing. Like they just jumped the gun too much because they're too excited to release this. And instead should have waited to put them out together. All right, fine. I'll take that. I'm definitely trusting with the current expedition. Should be 3 days left in it. That is going to be the very next one. Hopefully by next week will be the new expedition that has us focusing on specifically the update. Well, not galactic core. Where is that mission target? What? No. Oh, is it there? Is there anything else worthwhile? And oh, you're on a space station. Where is it? Where is it? Keep that. Kind of blending in with the white clouds of the planet there. You know, I just thought of something. I'm pretty sure one of the pictures on the website page for this, it showed like the, you know, looking down the path in a space station. Like here's a guy staying there is like down the path. I'm pretty sure it showed the old station design. You know, everything was on the two sides. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like that was the case. I think it had an old design in one of the pictures. Could be wrong, but I feel like that's... You know, I forgot all about the rework of this until it got here. Alright, here we go. Oh, well. Spicy Man's NFT. There's that Spots working on stuff. Portal to Cake Mountain. I still can't remember what that one is. No, we'll just go to Cake Mountain. Because I can't remember. Unless somebody else named it. Because I didn't name it. That's my base. Did I name it Portal to Cake Mountain? I don't remember doing that. Yeah, I guess somebody... I guess that was an idea somebody came up with when we were working on this one. I just don't remember that being the name of the base. Or it being to Cake Mountain. Spice Mountain, Pepper Mountain, you know, something like that. I get. Alright, we're gonna let this pulse for a moment. While I was doing that, let's go ahead and dump some stuff in. Okay. Not you. Go away. Oh yeah, okay, so I have to have the Atlas Path quest done, which I don't like. The fact that this is all tied into, you now have to do these other quests. Before you could like skip the whole thing and it was fine. Like I've done this before where I never had to do the Atlas quest to get to certain things. But you're saying it has to be done with that. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the whole gatekeeping things behind what was an optional quest line at one point. I want to say I think I did the autophage already. All that. Unless that's the... I never did the stuff for the staff. Because that's just, you know, making a magic staff in the game did not seem like the most interesting thing for me. What? The whole thing lit up. I was going to stand in the light. It doesn't want to turn back on. Now again, it's like I never did the fishing expedition. I have no interest in doing the expedition or the fishing stuff because I don't like fishing. Real or virtual. It's just, I hate games where you get forced to do a fishing thing in order to do stuff. I hate when developers make that a thing. Oh, if you want this, well, you gotta suffer through fishing even if you don't like it. Like, you want this thing, yeah, I gotta go and take the time to destroy this many of this enemy type or something. Like, fine, I get that. That's combat. That's a regular game type thing. You know, having to go and fish. No. That stuff I'm just not okay with. I just do not like that element of any game. You know, I guess it's like a, you know, if you got a game and you got hunting and fishing, and let's say you got quests where it's like you gotta go hunt down a certain animal, you gotta go look for the animal, you gotta find it, you know, find the area where it spawns, and then wander around looking for it, the random spawn location. At least you're moving around looking. Fishing, you get there, and you basically just, you're standing by some water doing the fishing movements, and that's it. It's like one of the, I mean, you know, I get it. It can be calming for certain people. For me, it's just one of the most frustrating game aspects. Like, I'd rather sit there and mine non-stop for like an hour in something like Minecraft or whatever than fish in a game for even just a few minutes. So again, I hate when it's like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to you gotta go and suffer through fishing just to do this next thing in the game. Like, I hate that kind of style, and I feel like taking this quest line and I'm making it a requirement, not cool. You know, I feel like it should still be an optional thing. You know, part of the theme of the game was for it to be open and free roam and everything. And now saying, like, if that's true, you have to have the Atlas path finished to get to the purple planets. It's not free roam game anymore, really. You can't roam to those planets unless you go and complete a specific part of a storyline. When before, like, you know, there's so many things that were optional, and that goes backwards. Like, I will say, I think early off I did some of the, when we got the vehicles, like the, not the Minotaur, but like the Colossus and stuff. I did some of those quests to get them, but then I realized, you know, since you don't have to do that, you can just go and unlock them. It was actually a lot easier and more enjoyable to just go and unlock them, you know, in the anomaly, than having to go through the quests to do it. Because most of the quests was you know, you go and do this little mission, then you come back and you do this little mission, you come back, you do this little mission, you're just back and forth, and it was just not enjoyable. You know, it was one of those things, if they had taken those and made those missions requirement, like, oh, you can't buy the vehicles anymore, you can't unlock them, you have to do the quest line to get them. I would never have a game with all the quests, with all of those done. I would skip everything except for I would do the Nautilon and the Roamer because of speed. Really, the Colossus should be the one I would do the most, like, you know, want the most, but you know, my ship is kind of a mobile base. Your you know, big capital ship is a base. You can warp it around different places. It's, you know, the Colossus just, I mean, maybe now it's better with these update changes, but for the most part, it was never a thing of like, I was like, oh man, this is great, you know, mobile base. It just never felt like it was that much of a mobile base. Or that you really needed the Colossus as a mobile base. Okay. Let's keep going. Now, this is very much that same thing I was talking about with the vehicle missions, where you're just kind of back and forth between, like, you go do this, you come back to the guy, you go do this, you come back to the guy, go do this, come back to the guy. I'm just basically going one stop to another at this point, you know? Does not make it most interesting gameplay. At least for me. I'm like, you know, there's so many other things I'd rather do than just jump from one system to another trying to do this kind of quest line. So maybe after they do the expedition, they'll add in a way to unlock it without a specific quest line. Not sure what all I still have on this. And then I got these. You know what? There. I'll let it do the whole thing. Ah, yeah, 2 people up there. Ah, yep, there we go. Another blueprint. Oh, maybe when I'm pulsing to one of these space stations, I'll get the quest, and it actually isn't required to do the Atlas one. Or maybe it's a case of, you know, they never did seem to fix the problem with some of the quests, where some quests interfere with other ones. If you have a certain quest active, it doesn't matter. It's not one that's like a requirement. You don't have to finish the quest. It's just if that quest is an active quest, certain things don't work. Like one time, you know, I was trying to find go to a spawn location and get, you know, do the whole reload the save, go back to there, try to get the combat thing to get the specific style starship, you know, capital ship to appear. You know, you go get from the coordinates change, you find out where one's going to be, you go and you try to get it to spawn in the right spot so you can get it. And I did it over and over. I feel like it was like an hour of it on stream, and then like another hour afterwards, after the stream, before it was like, you know what, let me just start turning off some quests. Like the quest I had active, I switched to a different quest, and then I remember one, I had the little your pet sentinel drone thing. You have the flare that has them following you around. I had to turn the flare off for it to let the capital ship spawn in a system where it was supposed to spawn. It just would not spawn until I turned the flare off. So it's possible maybe there's something like that that's in effect right now, and you don't actually have to finish, you don't have to complete some of the quests. It's just something is active somewhere that is causing a problem. I'm pretty sure I don't have the flare's not even with me, so it's not that. So I'm hoping is some of this stuff is not going to, you know, for all I know, it could be that I've already found this salvage site that I didn't care to use, or that one, and like one of those is interfering with me triggering that random event when I pulse around to get the purple systems going. Let me see if I get a word. Yep. The other ones, it was only give you the one. Yeah. That is active. And it hasn't caused problems before. At least I'm getting some more tech slots in my inventory. Oh, that's going. I mean, at some point it's got to give me something else to do. They still didn't fix that. Or you can click out of the game. How much fuel do I have? Because I've been warping and I haven't had to refuel yet. Okay. So I still have plenty. It's not a station. Oh, a submit. Yeah, again. Another one. Oh, I got a second word here. Bladed planet. I still have plenty of warp cells, so fine. Yeah, I could do the anomaly at every one of them, but heck, I mean, they said they added so many new systems, so I'm still gonna have plenty of places to go buy upgrades. I'll do this one. And if he doesn't get me on the next step, I'm gonna just try pulsing again for a moment, just to see if I perhaps get something to happen. Oh, got a word just stepping off of everything. Fine, I'm gonna run around some more. I see none of those, so. Ever searching. Okay. Yeah. Not the enjoyable gameplay style here. Erupting planet. Well, you know, at the least I might can go there, and considering it's erupting, I should see some kind of lava eruptions from the new local hazards that they've added. I feel like that's enough. Actually, I think I'm gonna do, before I go to this little planet over here. I do want to warp in the anomaly. Oh, that was a loud, like, error sound. Oh. I want to look. See what new unlocks we have as far as purchased unlocks. I didn't do that before. I just kind of looked for warps, which I still feel would be like the easiest way to get in and start seeing some stuff is to be able to see some of the other bases. I don't know why it's suddenly saying I'm disconnected. We'll start with recipes. I'm pretty sure I've got everything. Yeah. Construction, yeah. Check this. Don't care about the primitive shapes. The stone, don't care about stone, really. Timber, we got those. More decorative stuff to work through, but we're not doing base building right now, so it's not a concern. Let's see what it does seem like we must have got some new ones. A bio crate, small planter, server block. Okay. Oh, space station decoration. Yeah. The aquatic. Oh wait, we do have. Where is it? Okay, we got the tunnels I never unlocked, but also not building a lot of those. Where's the? There's a. That right there. Nautilon platform, a surface deployable submarine base. So you don't have to deploy it with the chamber. We'll unlock that. Yeah. I was like, I remember that on there. I guess, yeah, go ahead and get this. We'll actually go to... Can I? Nope, I can't. I've already maxed out cargo area completely, so... Yeah. And we'll check Starship. That's the real critical one to look at. Not worried about those. And you see here, the drives are unlocked with this. You just have to have certain resources to unlock them. So I am really hoping they're going to change this so you can just go and buy your way through and it not be restricted to you have to do, even if it's a short quest, you shouldn't have to have other quests as the requirements just to get to that, you know? It should be, even if you're going to do that quest should be, once you've got Indium Drive and you can do that, you should then be able to get that quest regardless. But considering these are not required to do a quest, you can just go buy them. That one should be purchasable too, the new one. Hey, Xbox, you're scheduled for work, so you're no longer working Saturday. That's good. It's good to have a day off on the weekend. I'm not gonna worry about those. All right, we're gonna look again, see if maybe the network thing is fixed. I don't know why it's saying I'm disconnected when I do that. I mean, yeah, lost connection to online discovery services. Let me look again to see if anything's showing filtered now. Because I do filter my network traffic. Literally nothing to do with the game. being blocked, so it is not my network. I want to say that's something, maybe something with the game option. It should be set. Okay, I disabled that, but friends can join. All right, maybe let's enable the multiplayer and see if that was it, because I've done this before. Nope, still lost connection to the services. Oh wait, so okay, something is now picking up. All right, now we got this. So let's find something I can actually understand the name of. Okay, that looks watery right there. There's water around the edge. And then we're down to those. So I kind of feel like you have access. I really don't want to do the quest. I really don't. I feel like, again, you know, you can buy the other drives. You're not stuck to quests. You can just go get the supplies and buy them. This one should be the same option, or at the least it should be a single quest reliance, not for what Rumza says, that you gotta finish 2 other quest lines just to be able to get this one to work. You know, that's very gatekeeping type, and I don't really like that. Okay, downloading data. Come on, I wanna go check this one out. We're gonna start with it. No, that one. I just want to go to this. It's a grassy planet, but I see some water there, so we get a good little look. And nope, it showed red again, like I lost connection, and then suddenly it worked. You can also mod the game. Oh well, I didn't even consider looking for a mod for purple systems, because I mean, I kind of want to do the drive. I kind of like the idea of the drive requirements. I feel like that's acceptable because we do that in other stuff. But I don't like, again, the quest, you know, gatekeeping of it. Xbox, you're joining in. I'm gonna scan some stuff first, at least. Okay. Well. Not much here except rain. Alright, Xbox, I'm coming at you. And discovering a planet while I'm at it. Super critical planet. I kind of want to go there and just have it, like, you know, criticize me very, very heavily. I mean, sorry, super criticize me. All right, so if obviously, as you're saying, Xbox, there's a mod already, or people are modding the game to disable the restrictions, that to me says it's not just me. I'm not just sitting here complaining, that there are a lot of people clearly interested in bypassing the restrictions that were placed to get to the new purple systems. Which to me says they need to rethink this and change it so that that's not a restriction, that you could just go purchase it and then go, oh hey, I can see purple systems, I'm gonna go to these purple systems. I'm not against the whole needing the drive part of it, but it's the you know, gated section that's like, oh, if you don't do all these other things, sorry, you're not allowed to do that. When there's so many other things that are not done that way in this game. It's really about stick to an approach. If this stuff's not going to be mandatory to be able to do this stuff, don't make this mandatory. You know? And yeah, it's in game. I get that. You know, it's meant to be in game. They say that in the notes, but you know, how do you define end game? I mean, when you've done everything else, like every quest line, and you have nothing left, so here's these planets we hope you like still exploring? Or is it a certain quest line? You know, end game, in some games, when you say end game, you mean the last bit of content, but not you're done with everything. Not like, oh, this is end game, you get this, you know, and now you have nothing else to do. It's you have end game, you know, you get to this point and that's, you still have a good bit left, but it's the last of like maybe the tech upgrades or whatever. You're in a purple system space station. Well, we won't get criticized by the supercritical planet then. We'll go and see at spots. Again, you know, obviously you want to have some content that is for in-game players. There's no argument there. I'm not arguing that, be tactical. It's the fact that the consistency on things, you know. Again, you know, the vehicles, there's mission lines, quest lines to get the vehicles unlocked, but you can go and buy the unlocks for those vehicles in the Atlas, you know. You just go buy them. You don't have to do those missions to unlock them. You can go just get it. The other drives, you can just go get it, you know. I mean, let's see, what was it? All right, good example. You know, you could do the quest line to get all of the unknown, you know, graves, where you go and get the glyphs. That's it. I was trying to think and looking for Xbox. You go get the glyphs, but you don't have to do the quest line for it. You can just find the glyphs. You know, you can just go out and explore, and be able to do that. And Xbox, it has been a while since I played this. So where is your thing showing for me to jump to it? Because yeah, I don't think I could just jump to you're in this space station. I have to go to like either a base or have something else that lets me jump to you. I mean, I've got like this base here. It's yours, you know. A rocket ship. But a lot of Gary ones over here. I'm gonna look through these, see if I can find the one. Like, missed my moldy balls. Of course, there we go. Plenty of moldy balls showing. Oh, that's interesting. Somebody built a base that looks like a big pyramid with a big thing above. That is definitely, oh, like artifact. Okay, that's definitely something that is way too big of a scale to have been done in the time that this has been out. So none of those are going to be a planet I want to find right now. Mr. Wong. It'd be so funny if there was a Mr. White right next to it. Or is it Mr. Wong? Dr. Wong? Dr. Wong, sorry. Yeah, if we had Dr. Wong and Dr. White together. That would just be funny. It's Spicy join in all caps. All right, well, let me see if I can find it. Okay, that is not the best name, or most safe for work or live stream name. Right there. Did I miss it, Ari? Like, I'm looking. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I think that would update showing here, but maybe it's not. Maybe, hey, Xbox, let's do the group thing. How about that? Need to do the join the group. Well, it is in the group. Why is it not showing them with the group? And it's still showing I've lost connection to online discovery services, but I got group right here. I literally should be showing your base and be able to choose that. I can't. Let me do this. Just because you just did the base. Let me go and I'll jump to previous space station. And then I'm gonna go back. So that is weird. I don't know why it's still saying I have, like, I can't get to this discovery system services. There's something going on with the back end on here for this, because I cannot select group. I can't select group. I can't see. Oh, for some reason I can see your other bases at one point, like here, but I can't see your new base, and I can't choose group. Okay, this is very much frustrating me now. What does that say exactly? Lost connection to online discovery. Okay, so that's the only suggestion I'm seeing here is go in, go network, internet settings while connect. Okay, so it's basically telling me to disconnect my computer network and connect it back. That's not a good idea. That is not a good idea. That's kind of going to break my stream. No, not how I want to do that. I like just click it and go, be able to select you and go to you, but no, something is not working right on this. Oh, okay. So some of it is people like posting, try this, like doing all this, but some people were saying it was when they had, of course, a new update. Some of the servers were just getting overloaded with so many people connecting to them. So it may just be, yeah, literally there's too many people on trying to do this stuff. Other base, yeah, other bases. Man, it should have you right there at the top, that spots, and it did not. Yeah, something's going on with this. Like, seriously, something going on with this. Let me quit to the main menu and try this again and see if maybe it's you know what, joining lobby. Let's see if I can do it this way. I mean, it's weird. You obviously got in my group. So, I don't know what's going on with that. And now it's just sitting there saying connecting. That is... something's up. Oh yeah, I seem to have, like, of course, Xfinity having problems as always. But I'm still online. I'm not... it's not blocking anything. Ha 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 ha! Other bases! Now I can't even see them. Let me see what happened here. Xbox. Oh, yep. Again, no, not what it's supposed to be doing. Ah. Why can't I not just connect to you? Let's see if it shows nearby players. Nope. You know what? I'm going to turn off multiplayer, turn it back on. Yeah, something's going on with it. I feel like their servers, it must be that they're overloaded. There's so many people jumping on and playing. Oh, Jacob joined the group. All right, let's see if it works now. Still can't see other. Still can't see other. All right, yeah, something is goofed up. Like really goofed up right now. Xbox, BB, I'm gonna summon the anomaly. Or it's already here. So we're doing the anomaly. But yeah, something is not right. Oh, and you hit me. Or somebody hit me. This is a lot more players than I would normally see when I have multiplayer active. This is a lot more players in the anomaly than normal. I mean, usually I see a few, but that's a bunch. So, still lost connection. I still don't have connection. So, I can't even get featured. Except like all these, you know, showing up. Oh, I got some showing up. Yeah, that's just... Alright, let's gonna do this. Because you're still in my group, so that's not affecting that. Yeah. I am not going to disconnect my internet, because obviously my internet's working. I'm streaming. I may be having problems on the Comcast side of things, but it is still streaming. So it's not internet. It is something on their network. Your son could be on the same planet and you're in a major storm and you're on the same planet in sunshine. Yeah. Well, again, looking at the notes, at least as far as the notes on Steam, they do point out that most of the dev team is working on the next game, not on No Man's Sky, and a lot of what we're getting is basically porting over from their work on the engine with the new game. So, yeah, I think I'm going to just do the easier way, because I'm not going to sit here and spend the next 2 hours doing jumps to find the quest to get to one, you know, purple system. So new this week, I already saw one showing up at the top that's saying, yep, universe, purple systems, always visible, for Worlds Part 2, yeah. So I think we're gonna mod it. We're doing the mod. Yep. I'm sorry. I want to see the stuff and not go through all the extra rigmarole to do it. Again, they should be releasing the update with the expedition that's themed on showcasing the update. It should be the same time, not like a week apart. That was bad timing on their side. So Timmy is entertainment again, while I get this downloaded. All right. So download. Now I gotta remember. Let's see. I'll pull up my Steam folder. And oh, where was it? There we go. Always gotta try to remember. Oh, okay, so this one is not going there. Okay, that's going to a different spot. Interesting. Okay. Oh, so actually it is going in the same mods folder, but you gotta put the whole folder, not just like other stuff. The mod I had on there was the relight mod, which is just a pack file, goes right in. And this is saying to put not just the PC Banks part under it or anything like that. It's put the whole thing in there. So it goes that one, and then globals and that. Okay, so that should hopefully have me done. Not stream ended? What? Oh. No. It should not be ended. Why is it ended? What? Yeah, is that still going on my side? Let me double check, because it literally still says right here, end stream. It still says it's streaming. It still says live, yeah. Okay, yeah, you need to refresh. Something happened. But alright, let me get No Man's Sky back up, because hopefully it should be updated, or it should have that installed now. I mean, again, I already had a relight mod on there. I'll say it was just something to do with some of the lighting effect, options. But hopefully that should take care of this. So there we go. We're gonna jump in. We'll see this work. I'll see a bunch of purple systems. Pretty sure that didn't say I had to. I can't still jump to them. It's kind of make pointless that you can't see the system. You can see the systems but can't go to them because of the drive. So hopefully this picks up right. And if that's the case, as soon as I get the map to, there we go. Just gotta wait that far out. Okay, so I guess that's the purple systems, the big purple spinny stuff, because I mean, I'm suddenly seeing a bunch of them show up. Yeah, and it's a system. It's got the thing. But that's a green. That can't be it. That's green. But there's a purple icon for all of these suddenly. I'm really getting confused. The stars are the wrong color. And I'm still not seeing obvious purple ones, but those... I don't remember seeing all those icons before I added this mod. Again, the mod is supposed to be just drop it in and go. And I did drop it in the way it said to do it. That's, again, I still am not a fan of how they're doing this, access to the new systems in the drive. I really don't see any stars that stand out as different. I guess I should have tried what the? Okay, so I've got Atlas Station, yeah. That's where I thought I was going. Current location, yeah. There we go. Okay. Obviously, that's not it. Disabled mod. Oh, you know, you're right. I forget that whenever they do a big update, they always reset that that file. Nope. Well, I mean, it's in there, but it's not disabledmods.txt. It's disabledmods.bak. All you gotta do is rename it. And it did say it was, you know, when I loaded the game, I have mods active. So it is showing that a mod is active for me. Put the entire contents of the zip file into your game data /mods folder, which is what I did. Now it does show in the image a different mod with the name, but it's by the same creator, and it's just like, yeah, you put it there, put that there, globals, there it is. So it should be exactly there. That's a piece. Oh, okay, wait, so I see where I messed up. Okay, I see what's different on this. Yeah, let me fix this. So there is a mods folder under PC banks, but what they're wanting you to do is go in game data and create a different folder for mods next to PC banks, and then put it in there. So normally you go to your Steam folder, common, No Man's Sky, you go in game data, and under game data there's a folder called PC banks, and you go in there, and there you do mods. Like the Relight mod I have is there. And that's where under the PC banks you'll find the disabledmods.txt file you have to delete or rename. This, actually, I missed that part right here. It said not to put it under PC banks, but actually go and create a new mods folder next to PC banks and put it in that way. So hopefully that has it fixed now. I mean, here, wait, I guess I could take the other mod out. That way I know if it pops up saying this is modded, I know it's working. So yeah, see, I'm running modded. And that said game data mods. So that's promising. I think this might have it. Welcome back, Jenny. We are adding a new mod already. I'm modding my way out of the mission line. So now we're gonna see. Okay, you tell me that is not a purple. Atlanta drive required. Okay, so I can see him, but I still need a drive. Okay, so I can see them. That's definitely a very rich purple there. But, okay, there's supposed to be a mod for disabling, I guess, the drive requirements. So I'm going back. Oh, what's going on there? You know, all I did was tell it to go back a page, and it like jumps back out completely of Nexus mods. What? Waterless deserts. That's kind of interesting. Removes chance of water from barren desert and frozen biomes to make it actually look like a proper, you know, desert. Okay, somebody has to have done that. Disable the requirement. Base scaling. Worlds Part 2. Base building increased item size. Pet riding speed increase. Pet growth boost. I see. Launch cost adjustment. Free camera for build. I mean, this just came out. So I would think, you know, I mean, it just literally came out this week. I would expect there should be a, you know, bypass. And apparently that's not showing as a bypass for me. Options, game settings. Difficulty, you mean? Oh yeah, you can change it to abandoned there if we wanted to. Fishing timing. You know what? I'm not even fishing. But I'm going to change that because I don't want to have to deal with fishing. You're auto catching. I just want to be, if I have to do that, I'm done. You know, I really don't like fishing. As my dad was a big fisher, and tried so many times to get me into fishing, so I would go with him. Can't stand it at all. Not even playing it in a game do I want to do fishing. Am I just not seeing the thing for it? Hyperdrive. Ah, okay. I understand. There it goes. I was looking for warp, and it's hyperdrive system access. Okay. Let me close that. Now, fixed. So we are jumping. Let's see. Gas giant. The other one said dissonant. But I see gas giant, I'm going gas giant. Because that's what I want to see. Again, you know, if the update had been out for 2 months, I could understand it being, oh yeah, you're just going to play the game and have to go through, like get to this point where we give you a mission. I could understand that. But the update just came out. They're going to do the next expedition, I'm assuming, which will be this coming week, will feature specifically this. Why would you delay them separately? Ah. Thank you for not a lot. Tritium-rich asteroid. Not really. That's a lie. It was only 46 pieces. I don't consider that rich. Alright. Activated quartzite. Wonderful. Alright, so obviously, you know, a gas giant, I can see it being, like, it is supposed to be mostly gas. You know, like, lots and lots of gas. So I can see, yeah, obviously in some places you have the loose rocks floating around. Maybe somewhere you find a solid core deep down, which would be the atmospheric pressure part of why you're so far down. You got that, you know, a lot of pressure because of so much atmosphere on top. That was not a very thick atmosphere. Okay. Weird. fungal stuff that just kind of goes away. Whirlwinds, yeah. Had another one that I saw it popped up saying unscanned. Something was unscanned. Big question mark on it. Other than atmosphere, this feels a lot more like a what is it? It's not fracture, anomaly planet or corrupted. What was it? It's the ones that we used to find where it have like the little floaty things with the beams of light that I was always collect, stuff like that. What is the term that they used for that? I can't think of it right now. But that kind of planet is what this feels like. It doesn't feel that different than the atmosphere, obviously being like this. It's a stream environment. That's about it. I'm not getting the gravity part either. Oh, except for that quick fall there. That's a very fast little, I just kind of plummeted. Hey, Mr. Drone, you seem to be okay with all this wind. All right. All right, we're gonna go down into the caves. It's not water, but it's supposed to be a lot more depth. Oh, yeah. Is that maybe water down there? Oh, either way, we're going underground. See what all I can find underground. And here we are into a flat terrain area. Yeah, as far down as I'm going to go. This is not a big gas giant. It's a gas giant. It's not a big gas giant. But hey, if you wanted to build a secret underground base, not a bad spot for it. Distortion. I don't think it was that. It's like anomaly or something. There was some term for the planets that I can't remember, they even had that term originally with them. But yeah, it was like we'd go find the ones that had all the weird, I want to say maybe it was an anomaly, anomalous, something like that, because they would have like one type of creature, Okay, that's not drilling. Or not one type of creature, it'd be like one type of shape to it. It would be a geometric type shape or something like, or there's the light planet where everything is like light. You'd have the ones where it'd be like, here's a little floating orb of light. That's the creatures. It was basically like, this being a simulation theme. It was basically you were what you were dealing with was a mess up, a glitched, maybe that's it, glitched planets. I remember there was glitches. That's what they called the stuff, like where you could pick up certain things and then reuse them for your base decorations. You'd pick up a glitch. Maybe that's what it was, just glitched planets. But that's what this feels like almost. It's like it's a glitched planet. It's almost like we just have here's some weird life form, but it looks like a dodecahedron or something like that, you know, like we would have with the glitched planets. I want to say I don't think it was glitched for the planets themselves, but it was glitches that we did pick up. I remember that now. Like, I'm 100% on that. I do remember I've got some of those glitches in my ship. My capital ship for building. And really, the gravity, the only thing I'm seeing the gravity on is how, like, the height I'm getting from the jetpack, it feels very much, you know, restricted. Okay. Yeah, that terrain stuff, the little bubbly stuff, obscuring things is kind of frustrating. A chromatic metal. Quartzites is the same price as indium. So you're saying I need to find a good quartzite spot to mine out. Do we have... I don't remember, maybe it did say it already. Do we have activated quartzite? That we got activated indium. If it's the same price, I need to also go see if I can just go buy a ton of it, you know, in trade, because you know, it's not like I don't have a ton of money. What do you want? I'm going back down here. You're not gonna find me. Haha. You can't find me. Yeah, let's see. 4.1 billion. I wonder if they ever increased the money cap on the game. You know, beyond the... Oh, God, come on. I'm struggling. Look at that. To get that kind of height, that was a struggle. Now, we are supposed to have gigantic mountain ranges and stuff. We've already seen that on other planets, you know? But it's also supposed to be even more so with the gas giants and such, because they're building this off of the engine work they're doing for Light No Fire, the new game. Basically, we're getting the improvements coming from what they're doing on their next game. Yeah, I'm gonna go do some more looking. I mean, literally the system said gas giant. And yet this is a disappointing gas giant. Double the fall damage? Yeah, well, you know, the higher gravity obviously would have that. It definitely, you know, it seems like there's a variation on it, because like when I'm flying here, I seem to be able to get up a little bit faster, but it may just be the way the terrain appears, versus when I'm in the cave and I can actually see the terrain as I'm trying to climb out of the cave entrance. And it's like, oh wow, this just seems like it's going so much slower. Speed with the jetpack is still not a problem. I'm gonna go check. It's, you know, it's supposed to have moons surrounding it. Granted, there's a lot of small asteroids. I didn't see any large moons just standing out. The biggest thing for me is the atmospheric look. You know, the floating rocks, the massive storms in the background. That's the thing that screams gas giant to me. Everything else does not with this. Yeah, I'll just, speed up a little bit. Also, the fact that there's so much more atmosphere to go through. Yeah, it's definitely a thicker atmosphere. It's not that thick. All right, that looks like it would be a moon. Somewhere somebody jumps in chat to say, that's no moon. That's a space station. Just because we got to have that Star Wars reference. That's not a solar panel. That's a TIE fighter. As we get it in Astromedica. Okay, so we got what looks to be pockets of water. I'm gonna fly around for a moment, see if maybe I spot something like a larger one. So what I would hope is, I can get to an ocean area, because none of these little pools of water are going to be deep enough. So I want to get into the deep ocean ones too. I mean, the notes say we can go kilometers down. Unless they have changed something. And it may be it's another gas giant. I gotta find one that's an ocean gas giant, where instead of a solid core, it's, it's ocean core. But they say kilometers down. I feel like unless they've got some of these worlds with the terrain being much higher up, where it starts, you're not going to get that deep on the oceans. And this is one of those weird, atmospheric color change planets. Alright, so I found two. Alright, so this is, a redacted. Maybe that's what I was looking for, is the redacted. This is broken. It's the glitched type world. No! Go away! See, my ship's automatically trying to avoid you. Is there a mod to disable the random points of interest traders? The ones that, you drop out because you think it might be interesting, and no, it's just a stupid ship that, the guy wants to trade with you. What am I getting? Gold nuggets. Alright, yeah. That's all I'm getting. Okay, so gas giant, and there are 5 moons, a very specific orbital pattern. So I guess we're gonna I hate doing this. I hate this view, but I guess we're gonna have to try and do this so I can see if I can find the stupid planets, the moons I'm looking for. I really dislike the view. This is not the fun view for me. Okay, so that's the redacted one. Where's big? Okay, so we got that. Don't care about the frigates. I just care about the moons. Is that it? Okay, come on, target. I see they did not fix the targeting. Frozen moon. Abandoned moon. I guess that's all of those, and the rest are going to be other side. Yeah. So I would like an option to be able to, like, hey, you know, highlight this moon, you know, in the navigation, especially if you want to do third person view. You know, I still feel like they've punished players who like to play in third person. They don't want to fly this way. They want to fly in the third person view. Alright, that's the abandoned moon. So the rest is gonna be over there. You know what? Actually, I know what I want to do. Let's see if I can do it. If it will let me do this, I'm gonna try. Oh, it is! So I can summon my freighter now. That's not a problem. I won't do that. I'm also going to change this back. Do not like that view. Yeah. Get to the end of the autophage mission. See, I can't remember if I've actually done that one or not. If it's the ones with the staff building thing, then I didn't do it because that just did not interest me. And see, that's the thing is, why so little gatekeeping on other stuff in this, but then you come to this and it's like, no, this is restricted. You have to do all these other things first. Still says I'm not connected to the discovery stuff. That's weird. Yeah, and to see the Atlas mission path, I don't like, you know, having to, like, it. You didn't have to do that before. You could get around that. Okay, we didn't get anything good here. So one of the things, like, it just feels like they changed approach of, instead of being, hey, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. Now it's, yes, you do have to do this. You know, sorry if you were like, you know, used to this other stuff where you can, you're not restricted to doing it this way if you just don't want to. A lot of dissonant ones. See, I feel like the colors are just too close together on it. Gas giant. All right, we're going to that one. You know, again, you can do the quests to get all of the glyphs unlocked, or you can just go find them. You know, you can do the missions to unlock the vehicles, or you can just go buy them. You know, there's other options for pretty much every other theme except for this new one. Oh, sorry, you gotta do these first to get this. I see why somebody went and made a mod to bypass that. Okay, gas giant. I should have been close to the gas giant. There we are. Oh, you know, I didn't scan everything. I should have scanned everything first from in my ship. Made it easier. That's gas. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back. I can find the ship. Where is it? Okay, it's. I'm like right on top of it. And somehow still... Ah, there we go. You don't think the gas giants moons have oceans? This is supposed to be, you know, you're supposed to be able to find new worlds that have giant oceans. And it was said earlier that all the new worlds like that are in the purple systems, which would be the gas giant systems. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's an actual consensus on what is really the case for any of this. Maybe the missions aren't actually required. Hopefully they're gonna realize that that is a kind of a painful point for some players, and they're gonna get rid of that aspect. Just make it a standalone mission. I understand doing the mission, having to go through that to get that special stuff, you know, but having it be, here's one mission, another mission, and another mission. You gotta do these now that you didn't have to do before in order to get to this. Yeah, it is a grind. It is an unnecessary grind. It's the same as why I have not done the fishing part, because I don't like fishing. And for me, that is going to be an absolute nightmare grind. And, you know, I really don't care what they add behind the fishing. I'm not going to grind through the fishing part to get to some other thing. If it's like the next major mission that comes out, next big thing is like, oh, you got to do the fishing stuff to get to this, I won't do it. I'll go and mod like crazy to do it, because I cannot stand the fishing mechanic in games. Just cannot. My dad tried too hard to make me like fishing, and instead made me just absolutely hate it. I feel like I want to do the Lost to Fire. A flourishing moon, paradise. We might check that one out too, because we are supposed to have like more, you know, lush environments, and we have not seen that yet. But I kind of want to do the Lost to Fire moon, which is Kumat. So we're gonna start with Kumat. I mean, this is maybe the last major update. That doesn't mean they're not going to add maybe another mission or something. But, you know, they did not finish the expedition for this update. They said it's coming soon. So either they didn't finish it in time, or they decided, again, I think, to release this too early. Not because it's not finished, but because they were so eager to get it going. They released it early instead of releasing it in time with the expedition that lets you literally start on the gas giant and highlight everything with the new, you know, you get to actually, it forces you to experience everything as that's part of the new update. So I feel like either they did not finish that in time, so we will have another small update for the expedition to be added at least, or they were over its side. Either way, it was not done as well as it should have been. That should have been released together. That's very much like they just messed up, to me. Like, because obviously one thing is to, they're tied together specifically, and all the other ones we've had the expedition pretty much released at the time that the update got released, but not here. And we finally, I think that's the first robotic ones I've just discovered on my own in this save. He's feeling sad. So sad. All right, go away. I want to make him not feel sad. Gently pat. Another little pat. Yeah, a little scratch on the metal, because he can so feel that. You know, never mind. You don't make it easy to maneuver, I'm not gonna worry about it. All right, yeah. I literally let off the speed, the sprint button, and it just kept sprinting. Like, did not stop. Kind of a normal feature of games, you know. You let off shift when you're trying to sprint, and it doesn't keep sprinting. Hi. Now you are interesting. Oh, I am adopting you. Yes, I am. Uh-huh. I'm gonna get rid of the other one. But I got the biggie. Now, what are you gonna do for me? Hey, come here, so I can, like, pet you and stuff. Pat. Pat. Ride. Ah ha ha! Monster! A monster mount. Ha ha! Oh yeah, okay, that was worth the trip to this planet. That alone is like the thing for this planet. I don't get the loss to fire because there doesn't seem to be any real fire issues happening. Again, I should have like erupting spots or at least geysers somewhere that are making this a bit hazardous. Oh, there's a, you know, sphere type one, or more of a globe, because it's got that thing like, you know, on globes where it wraps around on one side to hold it together and you just spin it. That's what it looks like. So it's got other rings around it too. Oh, that's this is definitely a more interesting planet in terms of the life on the planet, if you call it that. I mean, they are machines. Okay, let me go to my creature thing. So I remember Dino, the little floaty thing there. Okay, I did get one. Or maybe I didn't find him. I had to go use the coordinates thing to get him. We're going to abandon you. I don't care about you anymore. Tripista I like because he's big. That was a big one too. But I mean, I got my little flying one because it gets me around so easily on some planets. Hey, look at that one. I like the fact we've got some of these little walking tripods now. But I'm not seeing much else going on. You, come here. All right, we are going to... There we go. Turn him. I mean, he's so big, I can't even see anything as far as the legs where I'm walking, like actually stepping on, like about to walk into a pit, because he's so tall. But this is, you know, just neat. I like this, this little mount, because look how quickly I got back over here. I mean, I'm walking on a gigantic pillar. Or I'm riding on a gigantic walking pillar. I mean, that's just neat. You know, I like that. It makes me feel like if I threw some gun accessories on them, you know, like big guns, it looked like a walking, you know, attack drone or something. You know, some kind of attack mechanoid. It just have a very cool look to it. And unfortunately, again, I am so shocked. If this is the last big update, or then of course, again, they're going to have to release an update with the finished expedition that's coming to feature all the stuff here. It is absolutely just disappointing. They still have not fixed the targeting with this, where if I look at that, I can't even target it. Literally looking right at it, and it won't target it and let me see the name of the moon. That's been going on for far too long to have never been fixed. That is a problem. Especially when you could be like very close to them and you'd be looking right at it and it won't let you target but this small little sliver of it. So you like hit C to scan and then it's you move just slightly out of the way. You're still looking at it, but you're moved like right there. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. You know, but now I got to get it into that right little zone before it activates. And if I move too far out of the way, then it wastes my scan. You know, it messes it up. That's I just can't believe they still have not fixed that in this. No. Just because I did that, not what I want to default to. I want to charge equipment. Technology recharge. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the new game is like No Fire, when it comes out. But I have a very strong feeling it's going to be pretty much, no matter what they've added, all the refinements and everything they're doing, thanks to the, you know, being able to backport engine improvements, everything to No Man's Sky. I feel like it doesn't matter. What's going to happen is, in the end, you're going to have an unfinished game in the beginning. It's still going to be a start with an unfinished game where it's going to be like, here's version 1, and then we're going to get version 2, and by around version 3 we'll have actual you know, what should be considered the full release part. Okay, that was the Scorched with Fire one. I'm next to... Is that this Lifeless or Scorched? What's Lifeless? Again, I'm looking at it. There we go. Yeah, why is it targeting in the upper left corner of it? The problem. Alright, so Scorched. And that was... Okay. Lost to Fire one over there. Ideally, that should be, like, right here. I should be... According to that should be pretty much... Seeing both those, there should be other ones in between. But that's never the case. Alright, okay. Also, I kind of want to see how long it takes for it to actually show a name for it. Considering I'm looking straight at the thing. There we go. Flourishing Moon, the one I was looking for. Flourishing, to me, says good. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of plant life. So hopefully we can get the jungle type thing. Okay, I see a lot of plant life. I don't see jungle environment. There are jungle environments now. They're supposed to be very thick with vegetation, so I kind of want to find one of those. I feel like if it's not a flourishing plant, there'll be a paradise planet then. I'm not seeing anything that stands out. Or, well, it's a purplish thing. There. Oh, yep. There we go. We got a deposit. Also, it looked like it went down a bit. Like, it shows that, but when I was landing, it looked like it had another section below it, too. Oh, hey, more robot-y pets. Yeah, so I'm literally 2 planets in the same system with robot animals. So, oh, the same thing I just got, but much smaller scale. Oh, was it? I saw it. Hang on. We're gonna, I want to show it real quick once the scanner recharges. I mean, I feel like you should think they won't screw up the new game. Oh yeah, and it does go way down. There's like a whole lower section to it. I feel like, yeah, you shouldn't expect them to screw up the new game, but that being said, it doesn't mean they won't. You know, you think they learned their lesson, you know, with this game of like, oh, just having a lot of planets to explore and wander around on is enough. No, you want combat and such, you know. So I feel like they're gonna have more content with the new game, Light No Fire, beforehand, but I'm not gonna say they won't have a lot of stuff missing still. They may have more stuff than No Man's Sky had at the beginning, more appeal, but it may still be a case of there's a lot of stuff they have to add in the long run. A lot of stuff that is missing upon initial release. Yeah, where is it? There. Oh, caves down there. Okay. Yeah, big cave. Okay. And there's the bottom. Oh, wait, no water. Ah! So we got some water, too. I thought I was finding the bottom, you know, it looked like the way it looks on the bottommost terrain level. And I keep bumping into stuff, or keep getting, like, moved around. Oh, I'm underground and there's water. So, apparently it's raining. Or something's happening because I hear what sounds like stuff's falling and splashing into the water. You know what, I'm going to do this. Okay, so that is the bottommost area. So I do have water, but it's all subterranean water, apparently. So I still found my way to the very bottommost area. I have yet to see any of the spots where it's like a toxic cloud that just flows around or anything like that with the hazards. Not found a giant water world. Or, you know, that's really what it needs to be, is a water world, because otherwise you're not going to have enough depth to the oceans. Now, this is a very nice, like, luminescent world. Wait a second, what? I was about to say, I know I got this. Okay, C class. That's not you know, good, but let's find this, because I want to see what deposit it is. Look how the head just starts freaking out. Just starts shaking its head. Like, I don't know what to do. Okay. Hotspot. I want to see it be quartzite. Okay, so yeah, we do have quartzite deposits. I figured we did. I just wanted to make sure. Obviously, you probably need a quartzite deposit for generating a lot if you need it for producing things. But if the value of it is the same as indium, I've already got my big indium, you know, set up at my monster-sized base. Okay, so let's go back up, and you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and warp with this, so I don't have to go and land on the capital ship again. I want to find one that says Waterworld. See, the in some cases the purple really just does not stand out strongly enough. You know, gas giant, so I know it's purple because it's a gas giant. But this dissonant, you know, some of the dissonant ones look purple. So you get close and you're not sure. The purple could have been a much more clearly defined one. Or have some kind of special effect around it, you know, something that's like, it's got a special kind of aura around it. Because they just do not stand out. I mean, it really doesn't. Dissonant, dissonant. You know, if I gotta look for purple ones that just happen to say gas giant, that's not the easiest way to find them. I think I have one showed up somewhere around here. Or maybe instead of gas giant, water giant. Yeah. Activated quartzite is needed to make the new Exocraft summoning unit. Okay. But I've already got an Exocraft summoning unit on my ship. On my big ship. That's not fair for them to say, we're taking this away from you. Here's something you already had. Now we're going to strip that away. No, that doesn't make sense. Unless the new Exocraft summoning unit means you can do it without having to have your ship in the same system. Like how I was targeting it, I was trying to go and attack it, and instead I just randomly start going off in a different direction. You know what? They're on their own. I don't care. I've got the ship I want. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, come here. Why can I not change targets? There we go. There. Done. Ah. I don't care about the rescue. They're on their own. I want to get out of the way so I can go do my own thing. Yeah, you're on your own. Goodbye. They're not chasing me. I don't have a pirate near me, so there we go. Finally, it's taking a while for the enemy disruption thing to stop happening. High radio source. All right. An ancient relic of the past. We're going to listen to some radio stations. What? Oh. Now I can't land on my ship. Wow, because I got an enemy or something? Or is that slow? Oh, this one's on your person, so you can just... So it doesn't require you to have your ship in range, basically. You can still use it wherever you are on a planet. Which I guess if you don't want to bring your capital ship to the star system you're in, it makes sense to have that. But otherwise, I just, you know, be like, hey, I'm bringing my capital ship to the star system, and I'm just going to use that, you know? It's the same thing. That kind of seems like next to useless, personally. Airless moon. Okay. Yeah, no atmosphere. Fine. Gamma intensive. Airless. Yeah. Blood moon. Hey, we finally found the thing from 7 Days to Die. The one moon in the entire universe that causes the zombies to get superpowers. And gas giant. You know what? I want to do the gas giant just to check out one more. See how the visuals are different on this one. If it's the same kind of look as the other one, then we'll just jump to another gas giant. Where is that? I feel like it was behind me. This? Yeah? Yeah. I'm trusting that the expedition geared specifically around this will take us through all elements of it. I mean, we'll have world specifically set up as part of this sequence through that expedition. That is a giant water world where we have a deep, you know, ocean to explore. Again, why I can't believe they didn't tie them in at the same time. Release them together, which is the most sensible thing. And looks very similar to the other one. Seriously, it just looks like it's a redacted planet. Ooh, you know, I'm gonna land and see if I can get on one of those floaty ones that's going around like that. If I can get this to land quick enough. Is that, or did it just, nope, it's there. Come here. I want to see if I can get on one of those. You know, we've got floating islands. Places now. I think I found one that had I built a base on it. Also, granted, I'm probably going to have a hard time getting up there just because of the gravity. Also, I'm shooting through it, so that's just a visual effect. Yeah, that's visual only. That's not actually something you can go and land on or really interact with. It looks like it just, you go right through it. All right, I see lightning striking here. I'm going to see what happens. Oh, hey, they got some water here. Yeah, struggling just to get up and out of there. Come on. We had the tornado effect before. I don't remember having like a, you know, lightning strikes right there in the tornado, like, base. Yes, don't allow yourself to land. Like, that would be the worst time to not have a jetpack working. Because that would be death right there with the increased fall damage. And that new expedition, they're sitting there like, oh hey, you got a fish? I'll be like, yep, nope, I'm not doing that part. I'll get the rest of it. I guess I won't get the final reward because I'll be like, I'm not doing it. I'll be like, you know, second worst expedition next to the one that is all about fishing. Oh, at least we get like, I mean, it's a different style landscape. We get some light coming through now. It's not just all bleak looking, you know, unable to see through any, you know, the atmosphere. Crystallized helium, a bunch of those, sodium. Just a bunch of crystallized helium. Ooh. And apparently that I did at the wrong time. That launched me. Where's it? Where's it? Come on. What I need is to do the elbow swing right into one of those and have it launch me way up in the air so I can get some distance. I want to find an ocean world just because I want to see the big squids, the giant squids. You know, so there, and go way down under, like deep through all the water using the Nautilon. If you know, I have a feeling you know, you're joking about the new expedition making you fish, but I have a feeling that might actually be one of the things, since you're supposed to if you fish or do something, you know, in that nature on a water planet, or at least in an ocean area, it's supposed to have a water guardian show up, floating jellyfish looking thing. So it's very possible that they may have a fishing thing in the expedition, and I'm gonna be like, that will be it. That'll be the last thing I do if I have to do it. And that expedition will be the end of the game for me for quite some time. If I have forced through a part that I don't want to do, that I can't stand having to do in games, it'll be the last time I play this for a good while. They got to understand that there are game mechanics some players are just absolutely going to hate, and it's going to be such a leave such a bad experience that it's gonna make those players stop wanting to play the game, or it's gonna give them bad reviews, you know, and make it look worse. And considering how bad the reviews were beginning, you think they would be focusing on trying to keep improving the reviews as they've been doing. I mean, they're not Bethesda. They actually are gonna try to, they've been trying to improve it and get better reviews. I want to go get the helium deposit because I haven't done any of those yet, and I'm assuming I am going to need crystallized helium for something. Dig down just because last one still had stuff underneath. This one does not seem to have that. But I am getting salt, so I seem to have struck some water area. Yep. And that is the bottom of the terrain. Yeah. Oh, it looked like it was some kind of structure over there. Oh yeah, I'm not going that far back. You know, it'd be kind of interesting to try it. Not do you? I want to summon. Okay, so so you gotta set a certain one now. All right, I'm on Dino. Not the fastest, but the flying and flies very high. Kind of thing does help a lot. That's kind of thing about this one is not the fastest, but he flies well above this. No Man's Sky is too much. We'll install it. They went from having not enough to do to having honestly a little too much to do in some cases. So yeah, I mean, it depends on the kind of gameplay you want. If you want something that's just straightforward, then yeah, I can understand you're gonna uninstall it because this is not straightforward on a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is just, you know, gotta go out, do a lot of wandering and everything. For me, it kind of does take away some of the enjoyment when I'm being forced to do certain things in a certain linear fashion rather than being free to do what I want. You know, that was part of the benefit for me with the game is the freedom to do what I wanted. You know, free roam, be able to bypass certain things. I don't have to do like missions to do a very linear path to get things. I can get them outside of that. They're changing that now, unfortunately, with this update. So this is definitely becoming an underwhelming update for me. Visually, it's got more stuff looking nice. I mean, I like the water changes. I would like to experience them a little bit better. with a water world, and you know, actually having a proper introductory experience to this new update, which is the expedition that we have to wait for them to release because they did not time this correctly. It should have been released together, not independently. You know, it's like, you know, you go into a game and you got skip the tutorial section of it. This feels like we skipped the tutorial, but we didn't have a choice to skip the tutorial on that. Like, here's the new update, here's the new features, but you're skipping the tutorial that leads you into it because the tutorial's not in the game yet. That's how it feels. So this has resulted in an underwhelming update for me. I'm not getting to experience it as fully as I should right now without a lot of grind. That's what it is. It's a lot of extra grind to it. And I hate overly grindy games. And the fact that Space Station has that name means it's a broken station. So, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm disappointed with this update. This is not, I mean, from all the stuff I read, I was so like, yes, yes, I want to see that, I want to see that, I want to see that. And I'm not getting to see it. I understand, you know, they want to have it where it's in some in-game content, so players have to work their way through it in their current save. I get that, but again, you want players to be able to see it, especially players that haven't put as much time in yet, newer players. It should have the expedition active already. It doesn't make sense that they did not have that active at this point. So, if the expedition starts this week, and we can do that next week, we'll continue looking at this, but without the expedition, I have no interest in continuing to just wander around hoping I find the right stuff. I've already done enough wandering around in this game. I can do some wandering in a new game. And I'm back to getting very limited stuff again. It's just something's up with this. Again, they may just be overloaded, but it may also just be something not working quite right following the update. You know, I'm not even gonna go. I've already looked in there. You know, and going back to the whole grinding thing, if you want to play the abandoned mode, that's going to be much more grindy because you can't go buy materials. You're going to have to go and actually just buy, or go and grab everything. You're going to have to craft everything because you won't be able to just go buy stuff. You won't be able to trade. That will leave it kind of being, you don't need any large, like, you won't have to do any special deposits. You won't need to go find an indium deposit or activate indium deposit as Class S with a nearby Class B, A, whatever power, you know, spot, like I've done. And, you won't have to, like, go through all that stuff to just be able to say, hey, look, I'm making all this money because I'm trading. You won't be trading. Abandoned mode, you won't have any guys to trade with. I'm assuming at that point the galactic trade terminals won't work either because who are you trading with? You know, the whole idea is you're alone. Like, severe glitch in the Matrix in that you are the only life form. Obviously, you know, Sentinels will probably still be in it, but no life forms, which means there's no trade network because there's nobody to trade with. And you end up with, you're very grindy, but I mean, some people like the whole grindy nature of things. They like that tediousness. It works for them. Does not work for me. I am not a fan of heavy grind type games. Yep, we'll just go ahead and put it all in the exosuit. You're gonna give it a try? The abandoned mode? Go ahead. You know, again, the players are, you know, I'm fine with some moderate grind, but heavy grind where it's like, you gotta spend, you know, I remember watching, there was some YouTuber years ago before I even started YouTube, that I would watch some of his stuff for Minecraft. He would do these massive builds. Daedalus was the name he went by. He would just do these monstrous builds, you know, like a melon farm that looks like a giant watermelon, and it had like a capacity of 2 million items in it, and it was all automated and everything, just done all on its own, you know. And he would spend hours building them, but he wouldn't do it in creative. He would do it in survival mode. So he would do these like 14-hour Twitch streams where all he's doing besides chatting during that time literally is just doing the grind of mining for supplies, mining to get redstone or diamonds, or mining to get stone. He's sitting there for 14 hours mining. And I was like, the only way that's the only way he could keep sane at that point is the fact he's got chat going with Twitch. Because me, even at 14 hours talking to a live stream, I would be like, no, I can't do that. Like about 3 hours in, I'm like, I'm done with mining, just sitting here doing nothing but mining for 3 hours. You know? Now, Subnautica, to some degree, yeah, there was a grind, having to go out, you know, and find stuff, especially building really big. You'd have to go and do that, you know, drive around, grab all the salvage, stuff like that, and it was frustrating, but not this frustrating as it is on some of this stuff. That's why having some grind is fine, but having too much is off-putting certain players. Or, you know, I'm going to say probably most players are not going to be into an overly heavy grind with this. I could be wrong on that. I feel like, again, if I was wrong, I feel like there would not be a mod that quickly put out to unlock the purple systems. Just going to say it. I feel like that would not be a thing, because it'd be like, well, if most players are okay with the grind to have to go and find that stuff, why would it be out there, be a mod out so quickly, especially one with so many downloads already? I feel like that's just, it's a clear indicator that, yeah, probably more of the player base was against the whole grind part of having to go and do this and this and this and all these steps to finally get a drive that lets you go to purple systems and be able to do that. Alright, so I was kind of hoping to have somebody selling quartzite. At least one pallet selling quartzite. There it goes again. What happens when you have multiple monitors? You can click out of the game. Another thing they have never bothered fixing, and it's been a problem for what, since version 2.0, I think, at least when I was playing this on streams and such, or videos. Oh, you know, like another one, a good game to point out as far as what can be a grind. Satisfactory. When you're beginning and you're trying to get all sorts of stuff built, it would be a grind. Timmy, oh no, he woke up as soon as I turned the camera on him. He woke up, his feet were going, and I turned the camera on and he's like, oh wait, I gotta wake up. But yeah, Satisfactory, before you start getting a lot of the, even just the initial automation going, you know, it can be grindy to go out there and like sit there and you're chipping away, mining, or you get the little portable miners, you put them down, you like set them going and go and collect from them repeatedly. It's a bit of a grind, but you get out of the grind to the point where the grind is then thinking your way through structuring everything so that you can you know, automate it more. And the point of that game is to reduce the grind by automating, and really in the end the grind is you having to basically figure out all these systems you're going to do to make it work. And same thing, be tactical for me. Like, that's why I try to play games, especially early access games, without mods as much as I can, at least to get the first initial experience. Because like Subnautica, as soon as I started adding some of the quality of life mods that I use, I couldn't go back. There's just absolutely no way to go back to playing vanilla Subnautica. I will never go back to playing vanilla Subnautica because, like you said, there's just not enough quality of life on certain things. And you know, mods like the FCS mods, things like that, where you can especially do some of the drillers with the automation and everything, those are great once you play them, unless you are a player that likes the grind, that likes that sort of thing. You don't want to go back to it. I see somebody landing up there. I feel like that's a new ship I haven't seen. Oh, no, it is. It was just the shadow looked a little different. Because I was underneath and the shadow it had, it just kind of looked a little off from normal. It looked more solid on the wings instead of having those little curves. Trying to remember what all I had going here. You know, see, like, I never even bothered with these guys until I did it for the decoration. I didn't have these guys, really, until I wanted to decorate. And I lost all my stuff in here. One of the updates, it broke some things with a mod and it took everything out. The refiners have a different look now. Those have a different look. They weren't as red before. I can remember. I feel like they were orange instead of red. I know those had a darker primary color. It's more decorative stuff. And then this. Oh, I didn't mean to drop in that one. Yep, I got this. Oh, yeah, see some of the terrain starting to kind of glitch through again. Colossus. You know what? Let's look at it, because that's one thing it did say, is it's got like an extra slot thing. Let's supposed to have some kind of extra thing where you can do like 3 of something. I may have to go to the anomaly and look. Yeah, these would be the 3. The Minotaur, obviously, because it's got certain benefits like the automated. You know, you can like have it follow you automatically once you do those that little quest line with the upgrades. The Roamer, because it's fast. And obviously Nautilon, you need that for the water planets. But the Colossus, you know, was just kind of more of, I like it as the idea of a mobile base type of thing, but it just never really had that much of a benefit. So there, it would be nice to see something that's actually making it better. I'm trying to remember how I get to around everything. There we go. I was like, I know I had some teleporters going places. It's easier to warp and then fly out from the space station than to go and fly up into orbit. You know, and I know I've talked to this before because I've had a comment on one of my videos saying anybody who uses mods is a cheater, which is completely false, completely not true. I mean, that's their opinion, but it's provably false because there are plenty of mods. Case in point, as you mentioned, quality of life improvements. There are mods that add quality of life changes to games. There are mods that literally come out to fix things in games that the devs have not fixed. So telling someone that they used a mod, they're a cheater because they used a mod that fixes a problem in the game that the devs have not fixed. That's, yeah, that's just says right there that is a false statement, false opinion. But yeah, there are, I mean, the devs, they'll have their vision for a game and how they want to go, and whether they don't want to do something a certain way or they just don't think of something, they don't come up with the idea, you know, they're busy with their vision, so they don't come up with all the possibilities of what could be done. Mods add to games. They're additions that, first and foremost, let the player choose how they want to play the game. And like, okay, you say Jen uses them to cheat. You know, again, games, a lot of games, the devs don't give the player that much selection in how the game's played, especially games like FPS where it's more linear, RPG games where you're following a very specific story for it. But creative style games like this, Subnautica, where you are getting to be creative in building your base out and everything, they warrant customization on player choice. They warrant that. That's just to be part of it. It should. And okay, they still haven't fixed that. Sometimes you go and buy an upgrade, and when you click to go back, it takes you back here to buy more. And other times you click to buy an upgrade, you take it, and it takes you out of the entire thing. You have to go back in and start over. That's, you know, you feel like they should, that would be fixed too. See, that would be a good mod right there. Something to fix that flaw, because it doesn't put you right back in to here. But you go to buy some other stuff, and when you get done, it takes you right back in there. You know, to right back into the selection to choose the next thing to purchase. Okay, well, I got some new stuff, so I'm just gonna teleport back down. Yeah. Or yeah, they nerf something. That's another thing. You know, I never did mods with it, but when I was doing Warframe a lot, back at the start of the channel and before then, all the time, people would find a way to use something, some new ability, some new feature function in the game, and the devs didn't think about it. They didn't realize that was a way to do it. That didn't cross their minds, I guess, at any point. And now it becomes, oh, well, we gotta nerf that. And so they go and nerf it because, oh, yeah, that shouldn't have happened, but it did. We didn't think of that. So we're gonna fix it by, instead of saying, well, you know, good thinking, good creativity. It's like, no, you're punished. Why is my lines showing up suddenly? Power lines are showing. They should not be showing. Okay. I really don't know why. I have lost that because I am sure I had that somewhere. Available to build. So I have it. Where is it and why is it not working? Because this was working until I teleported back in here. I'm not happy on that one. Minotaur Boar. I don't want the no. I want the Colossus. That's what I was going for. Colossus. I'm not gonna actually use it. I just want to, you know, see what we got. All right, mineral processing rig, housed in the belly of a Colossus. All right, so goodies like that, and then a mounted flamethrower. I'm not so worried about that one, but I do want to try or set that up. That might be what it was I saw, is now you can have 3 of those active in the Colossus, which makes it have 3 refiners, helping it be a more mobile base type solution. I still find it too easy to, you know, carry your base with you. You know, I mean, you get a big capital ship and you just tell it to follow you, or just use it to fly around. Now you've got it. Carry your stuff up there and do that. I'll go ahead and do that because I'll need to get stuff out. Oh, and then it still wants me to probably install that, if I had to guess. I haven't done the suspension or anything, not worried about those. Magnetized ferrite, hydraulic wiring, and that. All right, so all the stuff that is so much money. From the stasis farm I set up, I was meaning to go and give those away one stream, and I just forgot to do that. Duh. Now I know. I was like, why can't I not access the other storage? Because it is not here. All right. I need, yeah, my storage containers. You know what? Let's organize by value. Okay, that one at least changed noticeably. Oh yeah, and I forgot all those. And that. And that. Okay, magnetized ferrite. I got a whole bunch of that. Split. Split. And you know what? That's fine. That's enough. I'll go ahead and get that. Oh. Well, now, okay, so it built it because I, because I had everything. All right, so can I not build 3? No, I can't build 3. I swear, I thought that's what it was. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's the devs think they know better than the players, but it's definitely a case of the devs will have a vision for the game, and it's their project, their passion. You know, I get it. You know, you want it to be a certain way. You're gonna do it a certain way. You know, it's your project. You're the ones making it. Do it. But when you want players to be happy, you want people to buy it. You want to get good reviews. You need to cater to what the players want in certain aspects. That means you can't cater to everybody. You're gonna make some players unhappy because you're not, you know, doing that. But that's why you need to do player choice. That's why it needs to be customizable. You know, abandoned mode makes this customizable. Players that want that extra challenge can customize by using abandoned mode. Players that don't want that challenge don't have to use abandoned mode. See, that's choice. If the devs had said you have to use abandoned mode, you have to play abandoned mode and do this in order to get this item, that takes away player choice. You're now stuck. If you want to do this in the game, you got no choice but to suffer through something that you may not like, that you may not want to suffer through. And I'm trying to find my little thing to toggle the wiring back off. This seems to have gotten toggled on. Now, I don't know where that thing is. So, yeah. Oh, underwhelming update for me. Partly because it's restricted. You know, what we need to be able to see the most of it, to be able to get the full experience, is an expedition that rolls us through that. Almost like a tutorial mode for the update. And it's not out yet. And there's no guarantee it will be out next week. You know, that's the expectation. It should be out next week after this one finishes in 3 days. But it may not be. They may not have it ready. They may do another expedition for 2 or 3 weeks while they're finishing up the new expedition. We don't know. It might be, you know, I thought originally Worlds Part 1, when it came out, they were talking about it's coming quickly. And I was like, okay, and the next one, Part 2, in a month or so. And it's been much longer than that for us to get Worlds Part 2 update out. Obviously, because they're spending more time working on the next game. But yeah, there's no guarantee we're going to have the expedition next week. If we don't have the expedition next week, we're going to do a loft or Orbound if Orbound's got an update to it with the new terrain generation stuff released. But yeah, I'm disappointed on this update, not because of the content, but because of the restrictions on the content. You know, the limitation on getting to experience fully. I feel like, again, if you're gonna put an expedition out to highlight the update, you put it out at the same time you release the update. Why would you do it any different? Yeah, I'm calling it for today on that one. Again, I really wanted to show a lot of it because there's a lot of stuff in the notes for it, but they did not make that a thing. They limit us too much. And I'm going to go ahead and get the notes added. So if you are wanting to skip the restrictive story requirement, and you just want to get right into doing the gameplay of actually getting to see the purple systems, again, it's a mod. I'm going to post it right now in chat. So you go there, download it. Again, it is a little different on this one. You don't put it in the same place that some of the other mods go to. Finally able to build the new drive, and it was very grindy. See, yeah, that's at the least give us the expedition when the update comes out. I could do the expedition, experience the new improvements, and decide if I want to go through the extra grind in my regular save for that. You know, that's why I haven't done. I'm assuming the autophage. Well, I think autophage was the one that's for the Minotaur, but I could be wrong. But I would think, you know, the one where I go build my own custom staff, whatever thing that was, I just had no interest in doing it. It just did not appeal to me. You know, it just was not an appeal to me. I just did not see the value of it. It wasn't worth it to me to go through and do that whole grind for something that I personally felt was like just out of place in the game. You know, to me, it was out of place in the game, you know. That kind of feel like here's a magic scepter, magic staff. So yeah, I just didn't want to do that. So I didn't do that part, that expedition or that part of the game. Same as I don't care about the fishing, as I said. So I'm not going to do the game. Now, I mean, grind offline, again, that's part of the problem with some of this is if I, you know, why I stop playing certain games, because the fun completely goes away because it just becomes too much of a grind. And it's a case of, you know, that's where you burn out on it. That's why so many YouTubers burn out, because they're just constantly grinding to do stuff for the channel and they just lose all momentum. And, you know, there's been a few cases where I just had to say, I'm done with the game. I don't care, you know, if it ends up being like views drop or whatever, because if I keep doing it, I'm going to completely burn out and just stop doing any content for a while. I've seen there's some YouTubers I've watched in the past. At one point, there was one I watched who is doing a video every week, doing a lot of grinding in that game for the videos, and finally just came out and said, I'm burned out. I'm going to take a break. I'll come back in like 2 weeks. And it was something like a year and a half later, they finally came back and released a new video. It wasn't a 2-week break. It was, they were just done and they had to stop. Literally, it was over a year before they came back with another video because they just tried to push through the grind and it wore them down. They just couldn't keep doing it. So I'm not going to do that. I mean, yeah. You know, if I've got a choice between grinding to do the thing and get the activate Indian drive and all that, or turning on the mod to do it, I'm gonna do the mod in this case, because I'm not gonna do that grind at this point. You know, I've already played enough of this game that I had to stop. I had to take a break from it because I was burning out on this game with the live streams. I was tired of it. I needed something different, and I'm already at that point too where based on just what I experienced with this update, I would without that expedition, I'm not interested in playing right now. This did not add anything that I could see right now that I could experience today in my gameplay that makes me want to play the game anymore. More time for Timmy. Yeah. Well, more time for everything else. I can't sit here and do 3 or 4 hours of gameplay every night for like a week to try and get something unlocked for the next week. I've got too much other stuff going on in life. And I've got, I can't sit here and just game, 12 hours a day like people who don't have a job and don't have a parent they have to take care of, and have other stuff they're doing. It's not an option. I'd have to give up a lot of other stuff to be able to do that kind of grinding, and that would be a case of I'd have to have this basically. If I was stuck with the choice of keeping my job and, paying my bills and everything and grinding through this to be able to get ready for the next stream, I'm going to stick with my job, because this nowhere even close pays for my bills. YouTube nowhere even close pays me enough for the time I invest in it, either. If I got paid, even minimum wage at one point, if I was just paid minimum wage this whole time that I've spent on YouTube, I'd have made a lot more money than I have with YouTube. I do it for the fun, for the enjoyment, as long as it's enjoyable. So when a game's not enjoyable, I stop playing. Otherwise, it becomes... I'll get to the point I'll stop creating content entirely because I just won't want to do it anymore. So I'm doing it for the viewers. I'm keeping the viewers going because I'm continuing to make content instead of just pushing myself to that point of no return. So, but this, yeah, again, there's so many aspects in the game that it's like they gave the option to grind through. Do you want to do this mission? You can. You want to unlock the roamer vehicle? There's a mission for it. There's a quest line for it. You can do that. Or you just grab enough salvage and go and, unlock it that way. They gave you choices. So it's very frustrating and honestly out of place with this update that you don't get the choice now. That here's new star systems, here's a new drive that is different from all the other stuff they've done in the past. No, you can't have access to it like this. You don't get a choice. And that's probably, to me, the biggest disappointment on this update, is that they decided to take away the style of what they've done on so many other things. Granted, there are certain things where you just kind of like don't make everything purchasable, but make this quest completely standalone. You get this quest once you have an indium drive. You can get to the best star system prior to the purple systems being added. If I'm pulsing along, that pops up. I don't have to do this quest and this quest and this quest beforehand. That shouldn't have been a thing. It should have been this was at least standalone, separate from it for that part. The fact that they made it a hinge on other quests to be completed first, adding more to that grind, this absolutely should have the option just buy the drive. Unlock a scanner or something that lets you see the purple systems. I still feel like they have gone against what they've done all this time up to now with the game of giving you options for a lot of it, to this time taking away your options. And it's the same with the fishing. There's stuff I haven't gotten in the game because I'm not going to do the fishing part. They should have a workaround for that, for people who just do not want to do the fishing part, don't like the fishing part. But they didn't, so I'm not going to do it. And I'm not sweating that. But restricting access to a whole new section of the game, a whole new set of worlds for that, I find that very disappointing. I'm very much disapprove of that approach in this. I feel this should have been treated better. But for what the update added, a lot of it is not specific to the purple systems and the gas giant planets. If you really look at the Worlds Part 2 update notes, and we look at specific to just those worlds, you've got the drive, which means the new storyline you gotta do to get the Atlantid drive, the purple drive. So you can go that. And then you've got the new ocean worlds. We didn't find one of those. But the rest of it is like the inventory sorting is everything. The gas giants are specific to this. The Deepwater Guardians, specific to this, but that's the case where you're fishing. If you don't care about seeing the Guardians and getting that little Child of Aquarius title, then don't do the fishing. You don't have to. Fishing milestones, you don't have to do it. Dense Jungle, I would have liked to have seen one of those, but didn't get that. But also, Dense Jungles, that's not specific to a gas giant. That's beyond just the purple systems. Abandoned mode is outside the purple system. Seahorses are outside. A lot of this stuff is very much not specific to the purple systems. So I feel like a lot of the smaller things we did see in this run. Colossus Refiner. It will now support a 3-slot mineral processor. Okay, so we got the rig. I was remembering 3 was in there. And it's not 3 rigs. It's the mineral processing rig, the one I bought and built. It has the 3 slots. So you basically got a large refiner that you can now add to the Colossus. So we got that. Didn't find an ocean world, so I didn't see the giant squids. We did see a relic world. That was the one with all the arches and everything. It was the fire, scorched by fire, or something like whatever the phrase was for it. It was one of the early planets I went to. I remember that we had relic worlds. You can excavate architectural blueprints. So that was one we did see. The water simulation we got to see some of. I got to see a good bit of it, but not everything, which is where the expedition should have been released at the same time. Should have been part of it. One thing I didn't do is with the capital ship, you can build or use long-term storage. So, before we were limited to the number of 6 ships there. So this is basically a storage system, and you look at it visually, it's just basically they took the creature stuff, the creatures that you would have, your companion, what's the register, I can't remember the exact word they use, but it's basically the same thing, and it lets you store up to 18 ships, which will retain their technology loadout when you redeploy them. So you can actually offload some of your starships now. So if you want to have I want to get multiple variations of the Sentinel ships, then you don't have to sacrifice your other, the epic ships that you got. So that is one thing I didn't look at. But that is one thing there. We saw the lighting changes, water on moons. Lake seas and oceans can sometimes be found on the moons that orbit larger planets. So there, on the gas giant planets, there will be moons that are water worlds. So you can find oceans there. I just didn't find one. Hermit crabs. I did not find any crabs today. We did not have crabs as part of this experience, which is a good thing to say in some cases. The water worlds, rare planetary bodies, says it right there. Consumed by waves, endless ocean. So yeah, they are a rare one, which means you're gonna have to go look around. Prawns, because you know what, I know what we'll do. We've got time between now and next week. If we do not get the expedition. I'll have to put myself a reminder for this. Also, apparently, there's bioluminescent striders to go and find. What we'll do is, if we don't get the expedition next week, there is another option on how to see some of this stuff. That is the No Man's Sky Coordinate Exchange subreddit that I've used in the past to find good ships and everything. That is another option there. We can do that. Nutrient ingester. Input large amounts of edible items and they'll automatically be consumed one at a time as necessary, providing powerful and long-lasting benefits. Well, that's interesting. It's a feed bag for your character. I want to find the bioluminescent creatures. That's one thing, because you can ride on them. They're tameable. And multi-tool archiving, so you can build a weapon rack to store up to 18 multi-tools. So same thing there. Kind of surprising we didn't get like a customizable thing for the Exocraft where you could customize different ones and have more than one Colossus that's built around a certain thing, but they'd also have to upgrade some stuff on that. We did see some of the new robotic life forms. But yeah, so what we can do is next time, if we do not get the expedition, instead we can dig through some of the coordinates on the coordinate exchange, and with that be able to turn around and find some of this stuff, because people, as they find these rare planets, water worlds and such, they're gonna post them. Like here, somebody's got one looking now 5 hours ago. C Lab 2021 literally has a picture with one of the giant squids next to it. It looks giant. So right there, rideable geometric life form. Okay, tameable and rideable is basically like some weird geometric shape with glowing balls inside of it, which can be taken so weirdly out of context of this. A plant creature on a planet from 12 hours ago. Found a system with almost all water planets. See, there we go. Giant calamari squid. Yeah, though. Yes, this is the backup plan. If we do not get the expedition, then I can get through some of these and get this set up so that we'll have some coordinates to check out for water worlds and such next week. Yeah, always good to have another approach, and I am definitely pleased to remember this and that there are people who share stuff like this. Oh, angel lionfish hybrid that's bioluminescent, not tameable, but it's very interesting looking one. That's a interesting one. Yeah. Yeah, this frees up some options. Oh, there we go. Transparent strider, one of the new fauna right there in the coordinate exchange. Awesome. Except for the fact that they forgot one critical. Oh, there it goes. Okay, there's the glyph. So we got glyph, we got a location right there. That's so wonderful. Such a wonderful thing. Easy to find stuff. That is a different galaxy, though. That is one problem. That could be an issue. Somebody's got their water world base, too. That's a very big base out in the water. It does not say whether or not it's a giant water world, but you know what? Ooh, Paradise Giant. That might be... it's not a gas giant, but it's a giant world. It's Paradise Giant. That's kind of interesting. I'm going to save that one too. I'm going to dig through some of these this week, find some stuff we can check out if we don't get the expedition next week. Feel like that's a good option right there. So that, yeah, backup plan, worst case, coordinate exchange to the rescue. But for that, it is time to call it. Timmy, yeah, you want to call it? You want to say anything? You want boops? Yeah, say that, get the boops. Yeah, boops. Boops your nose. Boops it. Come on, boops. Can you shake? Shake. No, but lay head in hand and ask for scratches. Come on. Come on. Shake. Shake. Give me a hand. Can you show a new trick we're working on? Will you smile? Can you smile for him? Come on. I don't have treat, but come on. You want to smile? Trying to teach him to go smile. Not like that. No. No? Come on. Good scratch. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out and going through this. Yes, just simply hack. You can now archive, or what it calls cold storage, your ships. So you basically put them into storage and then still have some on your capital ship. Still have, like, I guess the sits until you fill it up, and it's I guess if you fill it up, I don't know if you can swap, like, say, take this one to out of storage and swap it with this one into storage kind of thing. But yeah, there's a way to archive basically ships now, so you can have up to 18, it said, in storage. Yeah, but we're gonna call it for today because I want to go eat. He's already headed out the door, so he wants to go and do doggy stuff outside. So we'll do this again next week. Either expedition, the new expedition for this update, or just digging our way through some coordinates off the coordinates that change. If you don't want to wait, you want to find some of this stuff yourself, again, I did add in the description link for the mod that lets you see the purple systems. You just gotta go turn off that in your configuration so you don't have the restrictions on going to the purple systems. And coordinate exchange, just look for it on Reddit, find you some gas giants to go check out. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your weekend. We'll see you next week.